Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, and welcome to Fairfield Today. I'm Paul Jackson, your host, broadcasting again from the lobby downtown here of Fairfield Federal, where just not all that long ago we finished up all the activity with the Art Walk and the Lancaster Festival, so it's been a pretty exciting time down there. And I think a little later on today in this show we'll be talking about another great moment in Lancaster and Fairfield County. We're going to talk about the Millersport Sweet Corn Festival. That's a pretty exciting thing to discuss too, one of the really great events around. And I can't tell you how excited I am for this first segment today. We discuss often, you and me, about me being a veteran, how fortunate I was to have that occur with me. Well, one of the things that's occurring now for veterans is an honor flight. And I didn't know much about them other than World War II guys went, Korean guys went. That's as much as I knew about it. But there's a lot more to discuss with honor flights, and I've got the people here to discuss this right now. I have on my far right Pete MacKenzie. Pete is the executive director of the honor flight out of Columbus, and sitting next to me is Lori Cronin, who is on the board and a volunteer and is somebody that's worked with me. And full disclosure, I'm going to get to go on an honor flight in late October. I am so excited about this, to do this, and so to have these folks on is just beyond exciting to have them on. So again, thanks for coming on, both of you.
Thanks for having us.
So again, all I knew originally was an honor flight is all these deserving greatest generation World War II guys, Korean guys who were frankly people that I looked up to, my father, people of that generation, got to go. So what is the reason the honor flight started?
Yeah, well, it came into being because of the construction of the World War II Memorial. It was the last of the three major conflict memorials to be built, and we consider him a famous Ohioan. We've got deep Ohio roots in honor flight Columbus, but Earl Morris was a retired Air Force captain and over in the Dayton area. And he worked at a VA hospital there and saw his patients, his World War II veterans, that were seeing their memorial being constructed and were, sad that they weren't going to be able to see it because they were going to pass.
Sure.
And he happened to be a private pilot. He had a plane, and so he suckered one into going with him, and they went and visited the memorial. And the way he tells it on his flight home, he got to thinking that there's probably a few more World War II veterans out there that
be a few more
can't get to see their memorial and need to, and it grew from there. Honor Flight Columbus is one of 135 hubs across the country right now. All of them are independently funded by the local communities and the people, and we call them grateful Americans.
Sure.
And businesses that help us do it, and they all operate independently. They all do it their own way, but fundamentally the mission is the same. It's to transport America's senior veterans to Washington, D.C. to visit their memorials. And since it started, hubs have expanded it from World War II veterans to Korea veterans to veterans that served in between wars to Vietnam veterans now. And so that's the principal group that we're serving right now are Vietnam vets. And I personally think it probably has the most impact of all of those groups.
Well, Lori, how you're a local? I'll give you that. She's a local girl, Fairfield Union, proud graduate at Fairfield Union High School. Yes, and Shane back here loves that too. He's an FU boy also. So how in the world did a little local girl like you, not a veteran, how did you get involved so heavily into honor flight?
Yes, well, I read about Earl Morris's mission way back in the beginning, knew I wanted to do something to be a part of this mission, and so when Honor Flight Columbus started their hub, I read about that and had my application in the next day. I was on the first flight. First flight in 2009, and I've been flying ever since.
From what I understand, Honor Flight Columbus is one of the more active hubs out of
Yeah.
all the ones that Pete indicated. Honor Flight Columbus is pretty active.
Absolutely. We are so grateful to the businesses and the people of Central Ohio who fund us, which allows us to do so many of our flights.
We're in a special place here in Central Ohio, right? There's kind of Midwestern patriotic sensibility. There's strong business and general prosperity in the region, and a lot of veterans. A lot of veterans live here. From all of the conflicts. So,
and frankly, again, when I think about Honor Flight, again, even up until I applied, I always thought, really, I was just a little guy that worked in nuclear missiles in Germany. I was virtually nothing in the big picture, but so I thought it was all the World War II guys, all the Korean guys, all the Vietnam guys, and maybe even Afghan, and all the Middle Eastern people who have served then that deserve this way ahead of me. But I know Lori's talked to me about it. If you're a veteran, you're deserving to do this.
there's everybody, veterans particularly, especially ones like you and I that didn't serve in conflict. I mean, I served during the Reagan years. I mean, we had Panama and Grenada. There was nothing.
Yeah.
But everybody thinks that they're not deserving because they didn't fire a weapon. I've got World War II veterans that say, well, all I did was help unload ships.
Yeah.
Nobody ever shot at me. The percentage of veterans that actually serve in combat, it's like 1 in 10. And it's the support, it's everything behind that gives that point of the spear the ability to have, their success. And every piece is a big deal. And a little stroke of a pen by somebody in Fort Dix, New Jersey, and who knows where you would have been. Right?
Exactly right.
It's
and Lori, from what I understand, just in talking with you folks, as excited as I am now about going, it would be nothing to what it'll be after October when I get to go.
Absolutely.
I guess the reaction you've probably seen certainly hundreds and hundreds of veterans is off the charts.
Yes. So often we hear that next to getting married and the birth of their children, their Honor Flight Day is the best day of their life. So we are, we are so honored to be able to share that with our veterans.
And how many flights have you had now in Columbus?
We're the flight that we had on Thursday was our 103rd.
Now this was flashback maybe last 18 months. I'm sure you've been shut down.
We haven't done
nothing going on.
Yeah, we did not fly at all in 2020.
And all the people that you would want to go would be, COVID ready. They would be bad if many of them got that because of their age, especially older ones. So now you feel comfortable with, and I'm sure you're going with masking and I know everybody has to have vaccines, everybody has to be fully vaccinated, but you've got some pretty good rules, but here we go again.
I think the way we're looking at it is the things that we're doing are things that probably we should have been doing before. Save the vaccine issue. I mean, we're focused on safety, whether it's you falling out of a wheelchair or falling out of the bus or tripping on a sidewalk crack or not catching some airborne illness, whether it's the flu or the cold or whatever. We don't want anybody to get sick or hurt on our flights. So everything we do, and the reason we have this fantastic core of guardians that work really hard to make sure everybody is taken care of and has everything they need throughout the day.
Got Pete MacKenzie, who is the executive director of Honor Flight Columbus, and Lori Cronin, who is with me, who is a volunteer and also on the board. And if somebody now is hearing this and thinking, wow, I guess I would be interested maybe in doing that, what's the application process?
Good.
Sure. You can get an application online.
Yeah.
I can probably get you a stack of copies so they can harass you for them. They're www.honorflightcmh.org. And
CMH.org.
Yeah,
okay.
There's a tab there that's a veteran application. If you Google Honor Flight Columbus, you'll find our website.
And if somebody would apply now, when would could they expect to be November, December, or 2022?
Potentially.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We're Yeah, it could happen this year, certainly in the spring.
How many flights you have a year? If everything is back to normal, how many
Yes.
flights would you typically have in a year?
Well, this year we're planning 10 missions, so we are
Wow.
planning a very
Wow, almost
assertive.
one a month.
Yeah, actually every 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's,
So, so we have had our veterans have been waiting now for several years.
Too long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm sure you
it's-
felt a lot of pressure to get up and
Yes.
running again. And what if somebody's interested in going? As far as I know, about the only things I know, we get to the airport early,
Mm-hmm.
we get on the plane, and we go and we see all the memorials.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna see the big four.
Yeah.
You know, so Arlington National Cemetery, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam.
And like you say, I'm interested in the World War II because that's the one I haven't seen yet. I'm so anxious to see that.
It's a fantastic. They're all fantastic
Sure,
memorials.
sure.
And then we'll probably stop at Iwo Jima. We'll stop at the Navy Memorial. We'll stop at the Disabled Veterans Memorial. There's a number. It kind of depends on what's happening in Washington
Sure.
when we're there,
Yeah.
and
Still a lot of things
how
going
quickly
on.
people get back to the bus.
Yeah,
And, little
I
little
understand.
things.
And
the
people that
logistics
go,
of the day.
they have to. Do they plan on bringing a helper person? Is that no? You
That's
can
what
go
we
on
have-
your own.
Yes.
So we have guardians for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right?
so you do all that.
Yeah,
Yes.
we do all
Okay.
the work. Yep.
We are there to take care of you and give you
Well.
an amazing day.
Well, I am so excited about
Because
this.
they're going to act as tour guides too.
Sure.
Right? They're going to share.
They've all
information
been there
about the
many
memorials
times.
and have studied it in great detail. So they're they're the real resource for the
I just
day.
spoke to actually your sister-in-law, Krista Moody, who is obviously one of the people we've had on here a couple times for different things she's done here, but she's going to be going soon, so she's done this in the past. She just comes as a volunteer.
She's helped us in other aspects of
Okay.
raising money.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
she's good at that.
Yes, she is.
She's does a super job. So, how many people go on an honor flight?
So we have about 122 veterans per flight, and then we just make sure that we charter the plane. So
Depends on the aircraft.
Yes.
Sure, availability.
Yeah.
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 That's-
So,
and it's a full day. I mean,
It's a long day.
what time do you typically land in DC?
usually about 8 a.m.
8 a.m. So you
Yeah.
start the day. You've already been up a few hours. You're going to land in DC at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
And off the bus, and here we go.
Yep.
And it's
Absolutely.
4, 5, 6, whatever you have time for. Hopefully, good weather. We're pulling
Yes.
for that. And then
Even when it's bad weather,
Yeah.
it's a great day.
It is, right.
there's no downside of this
Yeah.
to me. I guarantee you
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
So then, about what time does a flight normally? What time did it leave, and will it get back? Just the flights.
Yeah, we'll leave DC at about 8 o'clock and get home about 9.
9.
Yeah.
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 Well, it's an amazing job you
So-
do. I mean, I can't imagine how many thankful veterans you've talked to over
it's
the
just,
years.
it's such an honor.
Oh, yeah.
I am so fortunate that I get to spend so much time with our veterans.
Well, we're thankful for all you folks do.
Thank you.
I pulled a little bit of information, Fairfield County
Yeah.
specific for
Oh,
you.
nice.
We have 403 people in Fairfield County that have either applied or have already flown.
400?
with
Wow.
honor flight. 300 of them have flown.
Mm-hmm.
So we have already today have flown 300 veterans from Fairfield County. 122 of them are World War II. 87 Korea vets and 189 Vietnam vets.
Wow.
So this fall we have 66 Vietnam veterans that are already scheduled to fly.
And even guys that are Vietnam era veterans,
Yeah,
like myself, we're
our-
glad to go.
The qualifying standard is any active duty service prior to the end of the Vietnam War.
I've got a 214 to prove that too. I can show it. Well, geez, thanks so much for what you're doing. So again, if somebody wants to apply, how would they? It's online. What's the website again?
honorflightcmh.org.
And if you folks know anybody that either you or if you know of a family member or a friend that's interested, I'd encourage you to get on there, and you'll be in contact. They'll give you a call. They'll talk you through it. It's such a seamless process. It's so easy to do. It's just, I guess, we just have to step up and make the first step.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, gosh, Pete, Lori, thank you for this, and I'll see you folks maybe in October. I'll get to see you. I hope so. And I'm so excited about going and so excited about having you on here. You do such a great job for the veterans, anything we can do for them, that's, I'm 100% behind that. So to the ones that have already gone, to the ones that will go, gosh, it's an exciting time, and let's keep everything safe so all these people can get to go again. We want these, especially the older ones, to get to see this. I guess that's what it's all about.
Yes, thank you.
Lori Cronin, Pete MacKenzie from Honor Flight Columbus with us. Plenty of information out there. Again, honorflightcmh.org, that's the place to go. Find out some information if that's something that strikes you, and I hope it does. We'll be back in just a moment.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference.
It's a hometown bank. It's located here in Fairfield County. Branches are convenient. They're located here in Pickerington, where my office is. I'm in Lancaster a lot, and they have plenty of branches there. And I much prefer dealing with the hometown banks rather than the larger nationwide chain banks.
So far, everybody's been so personable, and for us to bank with the local bank, and we bank in Lancaster, it's been so wonderful because we'll call somebody, Steve will call somebody, and they'll get back to us right away, or they'll say, okay, we're going to make a decision in the basement tomorrow, and they'll get back to us, rather than calling a bigger bank where we had to wait, and we didn't always get the same person the next time we called for a investment banking opportunity, or getting something appraised, any of those kind of things.
Everybody is very customer friendly. A lot of times I'll bring my dog Bear with me, and the staff love him here, and of course he loves them and the treats that he gets. So it's just a nice kind of a family type environment.
Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Fairfield Today. Again, I want to so thankful to have Lori Cronin and Pete MacKenzie on talking about the Honor Flight. What an honor it was for me to even to talk to those folks and to give you all the opportunity to hear about it and maybe get somebody in that you know. So try to do that if you know somebody. Get all the information. Honor Flight, type that in, Columbus, and you'll find it. We think it'd be a great thing for everybody to do. Get these, especially any WW2 or Korean guys. Get them into this now while there's still time to do it. Thank you for being back with us here at Fairfield Federal. We're glad you're here. We're going to try to change the tempo a little bit, and when we talk about iconic events in Fairfield County, I think we think of the Fairfield County Fair. We think certainly of the Lancaster Festival, but one of them that has been around for 70 plus years is the Millersport Sweet Corn Festival, the parade in the county. I mean, it's a queen. They just do everything up there. The fairground or the Sweet Corn Festival grounds are just enormous up there anymore. It's grown and grown. Pleasure to have with me a representative from the Sweet Corn Festival, John Yorde.
Yorde.
Yorde?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
Getting close. I'm ready for the
festival.
festival.
Well, boy, it's September 1 through September 4, yes, Labor Day weekend.
Yes,
70 plus years.
74.
74. It's an amazing event. I don't know anyone that has never been to it that goes for the first time that isn't blown away by the enormity of it, the size. I mean, that grounds up there has grown kind of exponentially. You guys put on a heck of a show.
Yeah, we're glad to do it. We've got about 130 acres that we use, and we've got our own parking and area for our amusement rides. We can do it all. So,
I would imagine that this past year has been pretty tough on the Lions Club, and certainly because you had big plans. What would have been this year coming up would have been the big one, the 74th last year. That's canceled out, so this will be the 74th one. It was a tough year and something you've, I'm sure, never been through to have to cancel that.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I got a pit in my stomach over that deal, and I think all of our members did. And not only that, but a lot of the public. I've had people coming up to me saying, they were mad that we weren't doing it, and now this year they're tickled to death, and and jumping up, literally jumping up and down. Thank you.
When I think of the Lions Club, not necessarily the Millersport, but all the couple that we have here in Lancaster and the ones around, every group has a cause, something they support and they give and they donate to, and the Lions Club has always been vision.
Yeah.
And is that something that you still support?
We are Knights for Sight. That's the Lions Club.
Okay.
And that's a national method of, I don't know how to put it.
Yeah. Well, that's the big one that the money is raised. Lions Club
all
in
the
general.
money nationwide is raised for, and each Lions Club has a method of raising money.
Sure.
To support vision.
Well, I tell you, not many of them have the method you do to support vision. I can't imagine over the years, 70 plus years, 74 this year, the amount of money you've raised and the help you've given people, young people, older people, men, women.
Yeah.
The support has just been tremendous from the Lions Club.
Yes, it has. But like I say, that's what we're there for.
Yeah.
And we enjoy doing it, or we wouldn't be doing it. Our problem is right now is we've got so many older members that are passing away that we can't get younger people to get involved.
That's the case in churches, in groups like yours, or any social organization. Is you just don't. It isn't like it was. Sometimes it used to be if you moved into Millersport, you were almost expected probably to become a member of the club.
Almost.
Yeah.
And it's still that way.
Yeah.
We've got new members or new residents that come in that become members.
Yeah.
And,
what is your membership now? How many do you have in the club?
Well, we've lost some. We've gained some. But I think right now we're about 100, just right at 100 people.
I bet especially as you get real close now, September 1st to the 4th is the Sweet Corn Festival this year, coming up real quick. I bet it takes all 100 members doing everything they can.
Yeah, and the good thing about it is that we have a lot of community members that get involved. They come in, they might work one day or all 4 days.
Everybody just does what they can do.
Try to give us a hand. And this year we really need it because of COVID, and people don't work or not wanting to work or whatever the case is.
Sure.
It's a tough situation.
Sure, yeah, it is. And you're back at it now. So you had a year off. You went through all that terrible time off with COVID. Now you're back at it, and I imagine everybody in the club is thinking we're ready to go.
We're ready. We got everything cleaned and polished, and the grass is cut. And right now, I think today they're cutting hay and getting all that off the field. So we're ready. There's still some things to do.
Sure,
but
there always is.
Always, but we're looking forward to getting them done.
I got a book that will show you the cover of it now. It's one that you helped design and are behind, but it's a tremendous book. You find them all over the community. They're laying everywhere. Little brochures, you have those.
Yes.
You have the big beer with all the ads in it. But you talk about it. It's got the food. You've got tractor pulls. The Queen, the fair or the parade, and the Queen. That's such a huge deal. And the young lady now, she got to be Queen for 2 years.
Yes. Yep. That's kind of a nominee there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's right.
But yeah, the book is not as complete as the little
brochure. Yeah, a little trifold. Yeah.
And what that is, it's a complete schedule of everything that's going on at the festival this year.
So it begins on Wednesday the 1st, ends on Saturday the 4th.
Yes.
You got all the entertainment lined up, everything is ready to go?
Entertainment's ready to go. I think Saturday night on the main stage, Jefferson Starship.
I saw that.
And on Saturday night, we've got Kelly Clark. Is it Kelly Clark? Yeah, it's Kelly Clark. But yeah, it'll be good entertainment for both.
And again, that's a huge piece of it. I mean, obviously, it was great entertainment. I just know you have the corn eating contest. I mean, it's an exciting time, and I would hope certainly that most of our viewers at some time have been up there. But boy, if you haven't, just get your kids, get your grandkids up there. It's a really full day of entertainment. What's it cost to get in?
It costs $10 a carload. If you got 20 people in your family, put them all in your Volkswagen, bring them up, park them, and and we'll let you in. So
Plenty of parking there too. 130 acres. It's really
130
grown over the years. When you started many years ago, I bet it was probably a fourth that size.
Oh, I don't know what it was, but it wasn't many.
Yeah.
It was probably down to about 80 maybe, something like that when I started.
So it's really grown, and boy, you fill it up, and you've got such great vendors, and such support from certainly Millersport, but really all of Fairfield County. I know the Sheriff's Department's so involved in this.
Yeah, well, the main thing about this festival is that it's all nonprofit.
Yeah.
Everybody that's there is not there to gouge you, see how much money they can get out of your pocket. It's all nonprofit, and to me, that makes it a lot more exciting and a lot more worthwhile to go.
Yeah, everybody's there just to support the Lions Club.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how many years have you been in the club?
I think somewhere around 28 to 30.
So you didn't see the first one?
No, I wasn't there. No. I wanted to be, but they wouldn't let me in.
But they wouldn't let you in. You were too young. So, so have you always been a Millersport resident?
No, I was a transplant. I came into Millersport, and I went out of Millersport, and all with family and different things going on.
So you're one of these people that when they came in, somebody got a hold of you and said, "John, you're going to join the club."
Yeah, I'm Millersport, period. I mean, as far as my attitude, sometimes I don't vote in my own county because I don't know anybody there. I know everybody from Millersport. And, the mayors. I was out with the mayor the other night, and so it's a good time.
Great community.
Great community. Yeah. And it's something worth looking at.
And again, when I think about events around Lancaster and Fairfield County, everybody knows the fair. That's such a huge deal down here, just a few blocks from here. Lancaster Festival that just wrapped up a few weeks ago is become a great event for all the county. But when you think of the Sweet Corn Festival, I think Millersport, everybody knows. You don't even have to say Millersport. You say Sweet Corn Festival, everybody knows.
That's it.
Everybody is ready to go.
Yeah.
So is this something that as soon as the last one was canceled, you started thinking about this one?
Yes. Yeah, we had to. I mean, it was a matter of, well, we had cancellations we had to make. Luckily,
you probably had everything pretty much lined up.
Yeah. Luckily, some of our vendors, not our vendors, but our entertainment, they let us out of the contracts we had.
Sure.
So yeah, there's a lot of things that played into it, and came back in this year.
And that's something, when we think back, 18 months, however long it was, I can remember when
8 years.
Yeah. when I saw the governor cancel the Arnold up in Columbus, I thought, this is big time.
Yes.
If they're going to cancel that, which is one of the really giant events in Franklin County, I thought, this is serious stuff. I hadn't really taken it too serious. So then by the time they get to September around for this, you just knew that it wasn't going to go.
Yeah, you had the feeling that it was going to be a long time process.
So here we are now. What's the as we take now? You got a short time that you go on. What's the masking situation? Do you have anything set up right now? And that things could change. We understand.
Right now, we don't have any. Be safe.
You're outdoors.
We're outdoors. So if you haven't had the shot, we don't care. You need the mask for your own protection.
Yeah. So there's no rule, but just use common sense.
Correct.
Right. Correct. And all your vendors and everybody's under the same apprehension there. If it makes you nervous, and then just don't be around that.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm sure there was a lot to think about when you rescheduled this one. A lot of those things to take in effect.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we're still 3 weeks away. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
The governor, I think he just got an award or something going on here for his action that he's taken. And, he might do anything. You don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah, and lots going on, lots are occurring again, kind of a resurgence in this. And so, again, 3 weeks could be a lifetime. You just don't know.
Well,
so just keep posted.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got a website. I know you look it up. You have a great website that you can find all this information.
Yep, sweetcornfest.com.
It is a great website. Again, the book has all this information in it. Good job on the book. You did a good job. Again, the support has been tremendous from local people.
If you want to place an ad in there, just get a hold of me. We'll take care of it.
Still get in there. So again, it's the Wednesday, September 1st through Saturday, September 4th. I guess all would just pray for good weather, but rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine. This is number 74.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, getting geared up for next year now for the big one.
Well, we've already started looking at what we're going to do. So when you're looking at that 75th, that's a big one.
John Yorde, a member of the Lions Club in Millersport, who again are the people behind all this, who've done such a tremendous job for many, many years of getting this organized and done. Took a year off last year, which everybody did, couldn't have it. So we're back this year, bigger and better. And you already got the sweet corn lined up. You got plenty.
We do this sweet corn every year. Comes from Michael's Farms in Urbana. Has for I think every year but one. And we're very satisfied with what we get. It's always good corn. So, we're going to go with it again this year.
Well, when I watch the people in the sweet corn eating contest up there, I'll guarantee you those people think it's pretty good. I mean...
Yeah, they golf it pretty good. You need to get in one of those corn eating contests.
Oh, man.
If you will, I will.
I'd have to wear a bib if I did it. I'd have it all over me. But pretty exciting time. John Yorde with the Lions Club. Thank you, John, for being with us. Best of luck in number 74 coming up here shortly. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.